My name is David Sahm. I am working for the City of College Station municipal government. I am the city's safety specialist, and the primary roles of responsibility that I have is I am a trainer of safety issues, but it involves more than just training. Training's one aspect of it, but I do inspections and then accident investigations, as well as I try to be an advocate of safety on behalf of the workers as well as the citizens of College Station. I'm a former student of Texas A&M. I got my bachelor's degree in Bachelor of Science in Agricultural Economics in 1982. So I had a career both in the military and in business early on in my career, and then I returned back to Texas A&M to get my master's in education because I enjoyed teaching. Specifically, I was in adult training. I did a lot of training with the military, Marine Corps specific, and I worked at Texas A&M and worked with the Texas Engineering Extension Service, where I did a lot of adult training. So that's how I got in the training role. And at 2015, I retired from the TEACS, as we called it, and had an opportunity to come work for the City of College Station. Now, as a trainer, adult trainer, I learned how to teach on various topics, and through my career, safety was something I never really had an interest in. Well, I had an interest in personal safety, but in 2011, I did have a chance to go work in the oil and gas industry within the state of Texas and train on safety topics. And through there, I got into the safety, and then kind of in a roundabout way, I ended up coming here to work for the City of College Station because they were looking for a safety trainer, and it was close to my home, and it was just an opportunity that was perfect for me. And so that's how I ended up here. Safety, though, has evolved that it's always been important, but never really the forefront of anyone's mind. Today, if you look at Texas A&M University or other schools, we see safety protocols involved in athletic events, as well as the recent pandemic of COVID-19. We see them in recreational events as well as workplaces. So safety is a topic of important discussion in almost every realm of our everyday lives. So it's way more discussed now than it was 20 or 30 years ago. My favorite part of the job is with the City of College Station, and I would say this would be with any company, somebody that's within safety, is that we work with everybody from the CEO of the organization or city manager all the way down to the entry-level position of someone that drives the trash truck or works on the water line or electric power, or police officer, firefighter. So I get to learn a little bit about everybody's job, in some cases a whole lot about people's job, and you learn that we have some very dedicated employees who go above and beyond what they do every day, and and they do it because they love to do it. They like what they do, and they find it a privilege to work for the City of College Station. And in my case, it's a very pleasant experience to get to know the men and women that come in and work for this organization. Nobody likes seeing the safety person come in because they always think we're going to stop them from doing their job. I don't look at it that way. I always look at it as I'm going to try to help them do their job in a safe way, and I try to be an advocate of a worker doing their job so that everyone goes home at the end of the day. And what I try to do is I ask them to pick up their cell phone and look at the person who they have a picture of, whether it's a child, a niece, a grandchild, or a spouse, and say, I want you to go home better than the way that you came in, so that no one has to go home injured, or no one has to go home worried if they're going to have to be working the next day. And so that's how I approach it, because at the end of the day, we want people to go home, feel like they did a great job, and be able to come back the next day and still do a great job. So that's how I approach it. And if they have a further interest, they can certainly go and take courses at a community college or at a online course. OSHA or state agencies or agencies in other countries have great courses that are either 10 hours long, 30 hours long, that can give people a very good knowledge on how to work safe within a work environment, and also go out and how to teach people how to work safe. So there's some very good courses, and they can get some good certifications along the way. And if they're bilingual, that will certainly be good in many cases, but they also have to be willing to speak in public, be not afraid to speak. They don't have to be the best public speaker, but they certainly need to be able to speak with confidence in the public and convey ideas. The other thing is they need to be able to have empathy for the workers. Sometimes as safety people, you're going to have to tell people not to do something, and you got to be very strong about it and stern about it, because someone's life is at stake. So there's absolutely, you cannot be flexible on certain rules. But then you got to pull them aside and say, this is why I don't want you to do this. This is why we don't want you to do this, because people do get killed, or people don't go home and see their families, and we want you to go home and see your son or your daughter. So you have to be able to approach them in an empathetic way, because you have to make sure they understand what the rule is, but then you pull them aside and say, this is why we have the rule. The one thing I would do is, when opportunities come and you're offered a new path that you never even considered, you take it, because you just don't know what rewards will bring to you. And you might find you have the best job in the world waiting for you, and you just don't know it. Make sure you find a job that's that you're well suited for when you do an interview, and that the organization is well suited for you, because the interview is a two-way street, and the interview is only one part of the job. I mean, you'll start a job and you're going to test the waters, and they're testing the waters with you, and it's going to take a little while before you figure out whether it's right for you and you're right for that particular organization. So you have to give it time. But if you find out that it's not right for you because it's not meeting your long-term objectives, or then you need to give it serious consideration and thought, and make sure you get yourself on the right path that's designed for you. Advice to you is two things: welcome change and do the best you can. But if you see it's not fitting for you, then continue to explore new opportunities and look for things that fit you best, that's best for you.